Welcome, people of the World Wide Web, and it's another episode of Look What I'm Watching, episode 5. So, hope you've gone along for the journey here. I didn't think it would get this far. Obviously, people seem to be enjoying it, so it's all good. So, yes, so what have I been watching? Not much on the Netflix side of things, so it's all DVDs this week. Got quite a few there to go through, so there you go. So we'll go through them one by one and you'll see. So this was and is surprisingly an expensive DVD to get hold of. My friends were getting rid of a load and they gave this to me basically. So UHF, so Weird Al Yankovic. It's a comedy movie from I think the 80s. I want to say it's 89, where he's trying to save a radio channel. Now, I love Weird Al's music. His comedy in this, not so much. It is very dated from what it looks. He does replicate a few other movies like Indiana Jones and stuff throughout it. I suppose it does have his kind of twist on it like in his videos, but without the music and stuff, it didn't land with me. Glad to have it in a collection. Obviously, I think when I looked on eBay, they were selling for like 15 quid. So the fact I got this for free is even an added bonus there. And I say maybe it might not be one I watch again. Maybe I'll revisit in many years to come. Who knows? Not seen it anywhere on any streaming sites. So it's handy to have in a collection. But yeah, it's worth a watch. That was about it. If you maybe like 80s comedies and stuff, then this is probably more up your street than mine. But hey, so that's the first one. Next one is Wild. So this is the best part of 2 hours. So it's obviously Reese Witherspoon here, and she goes for a check for the Wild. To be honest, I said this has got a rave reviews. This is I think like 7.5 on IMDb. And to be honest, I was lost. Literally, not necessarily like her, but because she knows where she's going. But yeah, it's from what I could get, she has a lot of trouble in her life, and to kind of restart her life, she goes on this trek across America somewhere. It's hundreds and hundreds of miles, and it's her kind of rebooting her life. But you only learn about her life in flashes in between, and it's not. You get some of it, like, spoiler alert, so her mum does die in this. You only catch glimpses of it, you don't kind of actually see her die. But there's all this, because it's so a little bit vague, I didn't know what, it didn't make sense. And even the ending, she gets to a bridge and starts monologuing stuff about the future. And I'm like, well, is that her just talking, or is that? And it seemed a bit weird for me. Now, obviously, this is based on the book, and maybe a lot of people have read the book and know what's going on. And I think to me, it could have, they could have made things a little bit clearer. Obviously, you got that she was going in a self journey, and you only learn bits as you go on. And the views of even when me and the wife were first watching this, I was like, well, this happened and this happened. It was actually reverse of what you could but because there were only moments, you didn't get the full kind of story. And I was like, I actually would have preferred more of the background. But yeah, again, glad I watched it. I don't think it'd be something I'll go back to watch in a long, long time. But it's good to have the collection again, something I don't really see on the streaming site. So I don't know if this is worth anything, but no, I don't mind it. Adds number one to the collection. So then, after that, obviously not having a few movies watched that weren't the best, or we didn't enjoy the best, we wanted to go back to something. So my missus really loved this film, so Entrapment, Sean Connery and Catherine Zeta-Jones, and it is really good from the 90s, obviously about criminals and them doing heists, and it is very much the 90s style, and a little bit far-fetched in places and stuff. But it is good. Story, and I don't want to give too much away on these sort of what I've been watching, so if people do take it, but yeah, it's interesting to say, like some of the bank robberies and stuff they do, it's interesting how they get, and it's cut in a specific way. But yeah, I definitely recommend that. I mean, it's been a few years since I've seen it, but I really enjoyed rewatch. Now, from a recent pickup, Series 1, this is like an hour and a half long. It's Series 1, A Touch of Cloth. Now, this is like a comedy of any kind of crime drama that has been out there. They did 3 series of it. This is the first one. I say it's 2 episodes, and the 2 episodes are 45 minutes each, but on this it's like an hour and a half, so you put the DVD in and you watch the whole thing. And if you like dad puns, if you like stupid comedy, this is perfectly up your street. Obviously it's called A Touch of Cloth because it's kind of a touch of Frost mistake. This bloke, his last name is Cloth. Her name is Old Man. So you kind of get her last name is Old Man, and then had play on words of old man and cloth. And it is very funny, very cheesy. Take care of. There's even like there's PC cardboard cutout, and she's an officer, but she's a cardboard cut, and they're at a pub, they're at an interrogation, and she's in a room, and it's silly stuff like that. And I mean, if you like that, I would definitely recommend this. This is a nice chuckle for like an hour and a half, and just forget about your woes. So I definitely recommend this. And then the final one was one I recommended to my missus a while back, was Keep In Mum. Very good all-star cast. Obviously Patrick Swayze back in there, Rowan Atkinson, and Maggie Smith. Yeah, really good. Basically, these two are a couple from a small town, and she is their nanny, and that's all I'm going to say on that because there's a lot to give away. Very, very funny and stuff in places, and a bit of a not necessarily a slapstick comedy, but a little bit a hidden gem, I would call this film. But yes, something I'd very, very recommend. So 5 films, yeah, I got through quite a lot. It was quite a slow weekend of miserable weather, so I enjoyed it. But yeah, so I've been Cypher Sigma, and this has been Look What I'm Watching. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one.